Well, look where we're at once again. We are in Namba, but this time I'm here only for one day only. I'm literally like here and then going back same day. And it's not for an NMB theater show. It's actually going to be for NMB's like a monthly variety show. So they have two shows. They do it once a month, usually once a month. Sometimes they miss a month or something. But yeah, it's Mera Mera NMB and Bachi Bachi NMB. So I actually got tickets for both of those. Normally they do these like on a Thursday, which normally I have work, so I can't normally go in, come to Osaka and watch the shows live. So I always have to watch the live stream. But yeah, today I'm here in person. I'm gonna go watch it. I've watched like variations of it. I watched like the You Gotta special thing they did like a couple summers ago. I watched the show on the live stream a lot, so I know the whole format. It seems like they kind of mix around, but it's gonna be pretty exciting, I guess. I was walking down here, so same path though. It's actually not at NB Theater, but it's right across the street at the Yes Theater, which is like where normally they do like the Yoshimoto comedy shows. So yeah, I'm walking over there. We just got done watching both Mera Mera NMB and Bachi Bachi NMB. Two shows. Basically, it's like one's at 2 o'clock and then finished around 4, and then I had about an hour or so. Went and grabbed some to 8, and then I came back here for the Bachi Bachi, which started at 5. So it was super, super hectic schedule. Pretty busy. If you went to both of them, which I think I did. I think most people who went to both shows, because yeah, what else are you gonna do on a Monday afternoon? But yeah, overall it was pretty good. It's my first time going to these in person, as I said before in the pre-part or whatever. So actually I had pretty good seats for both shows. At first I thought, I was like, oh, it's not that great, but because I screwed up during the ticketing process. Actually I was like, for Mera Mera, I was like 4th row, and then like on the inner aisle of the left side. So pretty close to the stage, facing the members mostly. So actually got a lot of like res. It's probably what I call like these shows. They're kind of like res fests. Because basically members just like constantly looking at you and like waving, pointing out your signs and stuff, pointing out your uchiwas and other goods. So yeah, it was overall that was definitely like the highlight of this kind of event. It's definitely like a very like high level like kind of fan event. Like unless your Japanese is good or good enough, it's basically all the parts of like a concert without the actual like music and dancing parts. So basically all the talking stuff. So these are like variety shows, so it's very comedy focused. Again, you have to like, understand a lot of the Japanese. They do a lot of like physical comedy, so like at Mera Mera, it's definitely more like a bit larger variety of like the different kinds of like variety things. Yeah, a lot of variety. Yeah. So for that one, it was kind of like, off the top of my head, can't remember the cast. I'm gonna check the tape later and like probably insert stuff in between this talk and stuff. But yeah, it was like a 1 versus 5 situation with Yumin as like the big the big boss, big senpai, versus like Yuina, Shin, Mew, Anon, and Shiori. And yeah, so yeah, basically it's like okay, two teams, so team of 1 versus 5, and essentially it's like because Yumin, she's been in the group for so long and she has so much experience, so she should be able to like take them all on. She ended up like losing like every single competition. But it was very good. Oh, Desamorumi-san. Desamorumi-san from the Shingeki, just walking by. Got distracted. Anyway, yeah. So like, they did a bunch of things. They did like different like kind of tests of like knowledge, physical prowess, your luck, how sexy you could be, and stuff like that. Yeah, it definitely is a lot of fun, like variety stuff. So, and then kind of next part after that was they did like Ogiri, which Mew definitely like she did like constantly. She's like at first she's like, oh, I'm not very good at Ogiri, like doing like the quips with like a prompt and stuffing, and but she like ended up like doing like 4 or 5 like other members like didn't get a chance during certain rounds because like she kept on like doing them so much. So yeah, she definitely like kind of stole the show, both for like generally and also for me personally. I got a lot of res from her. And then they also did like the monoboke, like the prop jokes. So that was pretty good. I forgot how long the show is, I guess. because it's kind of like it starts at like 2 and it can go. I thought normally it's like an hour and a half or whatever, but no, it's like about 2 hours. So like they got to like the part where they do the music video and it's like a break, and I'm like, I check my phone during the break and I'm like, oh man, it's like almost 4 o'clock. Are they running late or whatever? And then like they kind of rush through like the photo part, where like the members like show off a bunch of photos. There's actually a pretty good photo that Anon submitted. So it was from the concert, and like it was like 5 members making like weird faces. And you know, Kojin definitely had like the weirdest face, but my favorite probably was like Sadharu, because she had just like kind of like a shook like face, like a. Definitely I could use that like as like an emoji. So that's definitely pretty good.
Oh yeah, and also they rushed through Shiori's corner, which was her being blindfolded and then filling up the members, trying to guess which member was which. So at first she like touched like their ears, and then she would like touch their legs, and then she would understand, oh, okay, this is Shinshin. And then she did it with Yumin, of course, and she like accidentally like touched like her shoulders or her body, and at first she's like, whoa, this person's huge, and that became like a running joke for like the rest of the show. And then she did the rest of the check, and then like she was like, oh yeah, this is Yumin, and then she took off the blindfold, immediately like fell on the ground, like apologizing, because Yumin was really angry when she called her huge. So yeah, that was definitely like a really funny part.
I mean, there's a lot of parts I could like probably clip and like I'll put on the channel and like sub them, because it's pretty simple to understand, so it might be worth checking out. Yeah, and then for Bachi Bachi NMB, which was later in the afternoon. So this is the one I was kind of looking for. It's the more like competitive style, where it's like kind of team battle or whatever. It's like 3-on-3, usually the format for this. So it had all 7 gens were on one team, so Mighty, Fuwa, and Mochan versus Reiko, Yucatan, and Amitan. So actually it's the first time for Yucatan and Amitan to be in the, not Yucatan, Wakatan, to be on the show. And so so one thing I noticed Wakatan, I definitely noticed like Wakatan has like a lot of like kind of like charisma or aura or whatever. Like definitely looks like very idle, very like I don't know, like practiced and refined. Probably because she's been like working really hard, as captain or whatever. But I think even before, I think she might have some like some Chicago experience or whatever. Definitely looked like pretty confident on the stage, and like was definitely like she held her own compared to all the veterans. Yeah, and then so I think I was definitely impressed with her from this. So I mean I didn't get a chance to see her when I went to the Knifeton show. She wasn't there. But definitely looking forward to like gonna keep my eye out for her like during a future Knifeton show if I go to that. Amitan is very, very cute, of course. So during like the 3-on-3 battles, so they always do like random ones. There's like the window, like the plastic window breaking contest. There's like the knowledge battle. There's electric toy game and stuff like that. So the knowledge battle definitely probably the highlight for me. That's always the one I look forward to whenever they do this. Because usually they do like an English question or something, and they're usually not very good at English. But which has a prize English battle this time. Of course, I'm definitely gonna like sub and put that on the channel as well. But definitely I got some Mega Res Super Watashi Kanji from like Fuwa and Mighty, definitely. Just a hint, has to do with my shirt and the color. So definitely look forward to that. I'm not going to spoil it here. So you have to look forward to find out yourself or watch it yourself. Yeah, they actually is pretty good. Good show. The back half, which was the... oh, wait. Not before... Yeah, I guess the back half, but... Before the break, they did the like ranking thing. This is something that sometimes they do this at like Mera Mera, but they also did at Bachi Bachi. And usually what it is like the fans will like answer a survey about the members. And I wasn't sure if they didn't do it in the first show, so I'm like, would I miss it or something? And then I came in on the for the second show, and I saw there's like a QR code in front of the entrance, and it goes through a Google form. And yeah, and that's how they do the survey. And essentially, it's like the different like kind of questions, like the little prompts. And like I didn't quite get all of them. I didn't quite like understand. I got the gist of like a couple of them, and then yeah, kind of just like went for there. We did 2 of them, but the one of them that they did was which of these members is most likely to take like the catering or like the bentos that they get from like doing like the shows and stuff. Which of the members are most likely to like take those back home with them? Which might be like one of the more like mean questions where they're kind of like who's like the most like poor or like stingy member or whatever. It just seems like these instances were just people like ganging up on Fuwa and Mochan and Mighty because they're all kind of like very they're characters who will do that kind of stuff. They're members who would like be into like they'll take the jokes or whatever. So for that one, though, yeah, like everyone voted like Mochan, and it was like Mochan, Fua, Mighty, Reiko, Amitan, Wakatan, I think, yeah. And then yeah, so that was really fun watching them like figure out. Yeah, so like this game is basically they all get a ranking. They don't know what the ranking is for, and they're trying to guess what the ranking is for. And usually it's kind of like a long prompt. And yeah, so some of the guesses, like the members tried to go in, like you know, Fua's like number 2, and like Mochan's number 1. She's like, who's like the most baka? Who's the most idiot? Who's the most dumb member? But then she does realize, wait, I'm number 2, but I'm not the most dumb. I'm not the most dumb member. So that's pretty funny. Yeah, and then they get to skip to the music video part, and that back half is the Moy Kyun self. So like where it basically is like a role play to try to make like one of the hosts, one of the comedians, like, you know, fall in love with them. Usually like, I always like skip this whenever I have to like when I watch the stream or whatever, because it's not really interesting. But because I'm a captive audience, so I had to watch it, and so I kind of followed it a lot bit better this time. So the situation was like the ABC comedy like tournament or whatever, Grand Prix. So they won, the 2 comedians won, and so the members were supposed to like meet them and congratulate them, give them a present. Yeah, and it kind of like this one, it kind of like started all right. Like actually when before they actually started, like they're asked, hey, did you guys watch this? And like Fua, of course, is like, oh yeah, of course I watched it. And then whenever like they press her for more information, she's like, oh yeah, I like that part where you did that thing. It's like perfect, like, you know, like, yeah, everyone knows, like, yeah, she's a big liar, but it's pretty funny. Yeah, and then yeah, it just kind of like escalated. So like I think started with Reiko. I forgot exactly what her prompt was. Then got the Fua, who was like second to last.
And she has a present for him, and it's like, I have this string phone, like one of those like cup phones that you like for like 2 people to use like at close proximity. And she's like, you can use this with me only, and you can call me before you go to bed.
And like everyone got like really like, you know, ooh, I got really like all excited about that. And then then like, okay, that was like a pretty like hard act to follow. Mochan was last, and so she had to go after Fua. And that one was like, Mochan's like, I'll see the present. Like, what's in it? Oh, there's nothing in it. But I want to give myself as a present. And guy's like, I'll think about it. So yeah, it was pretty funny. Oh yeah, during one of the 3-on-3 battles was like the NMB intro dome, like I guess like the like opening like few seconds of NMB songs. So of course, like, you know, Reiko's on the team, so, you know, she like knows every single song. And so they had to start like giving her like a handicap where she had like stand off farther to the side. Eventually she's like off like behind the curtain, and she's like still winning. And then like the 9th gens, like they had only been in the group for like, you know, over half a year, so like they actually gave them a bit more of an advantage. Like they stand like halfway across the stage so they can like reach the button to hit it in time. But Mochan kept on like running, just going for the button, because she knew at least she could, if she's fast, she could at least try to like, you know, block Reiko or whatever. But yeah, yeah, definitely got some good like, you know, res from these shows. Definitely really like this show. Again, normally like I can't watch these because they're on Thursdays, but today was on a Monday, and I'm on you know, summer break. But they haven't announced if they're going to be doing one for August. But hopefully, I'm still on summer break for almost all of August, so hopefully I can come back again and check it out. Hopefully check out some theater shows as well. I actually will be going to the Summer Station like live thing over in Roppongi in Tokyo, and be performing there. I decided to get a ticket for that, so that's in a few days. So I'll be checking out that and giving my thoughts on that show. But yeah, thanks for watching. You know, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and yeah, I look forward to all the subbed content I'll be putting up on the channel, because I won't be coming here for a while. So thanks for watching. Peace.